Hey guys, Christian from Adaptation here, and this is video number 7 of my PoA MCQ prep for the July 2020 CSEC exams. If you have missed any of the other videos I've done in this series, I'm going to put a card up here and a link in the description below that will carry you to the playlist and you can check out all of the videos together. This video will actually focus exclusively on partnerships. So if you are lacking any skills in partnerships, hopefully this video will bring you up to speed. Okay guys, so no long intro today, let's get into the questions. Okay guys, so we're aiming to do 15 questions in about 20-25 minutes. Let's go. So the first question is drop down and die. Drop down and die are in partnership, sharing profits and losses in the ratio 2 to 2 to 1. If the net profit for the year is $55,000, how much does each partner get? Okay, so the first thing we have to do is of course understand what is being asked of us. We want to know how much does each partner get? What is each partner share of the profit? To know that, we have to go to the profit sharing ratio, 2 to 2 to 1. A lot of you guys don't like ratios. You've had bad experiences with ratios in maths. It's not that bad, trust me, right? All you have to do is add up the individual digits in the ratio. 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5. And all you have to do after that is take each number one at a time and put it over that total. So you have a 2/5, 2/5, 1/5 split. So 2/5, so 1/5 of 55,000 is 55,000 divided by 5, which is 11,000. So we know die is going to get 11,000, and there's actually only one option with 11,000. Right? So let's do our usual yellow. Right? And of course, if you consider that 2/5 is 2 times 1/5, 2 times 11 is 22,000. So 22, 22, and 11. Drop down, die. Moving on. Right, so here now, if the partnership agreement is silent on the matter of how profits should be shared between or among partners, then how should profits be shared between or among partners? Okay, so there's something called a deed of partnership. If the partnership agreement is silent on how profits are shared equally. So let's take a look and see. So it says, option A, profits should not be shared. They should be used to finance investment opportunities. So that's not what we're looking for. Profit should be shared in the ratio of the partner's capital account balances. That actually seems very fair, but unfortunately, that's not the answer we're looking for. Profit should be shared equally among partners. There you go. That is the answer. And what is D telling us? Half of the profit is shared equally among the partners, with the other half being reinvested in the partnership to finance projects. So you see, if you don't know your work and you're trying to guess your way through and you have a lot of items or options looking kind of tempting because they're looking complicated and they seem unfair, you're going to get caught. You need to revise your work. And watching these videos is part of that revision. But go back to your notes. If you don't have your notes, check out my playlist. Okay, going again. So number 3, sit down and work, right? Are in partnership, sharing profits in the ratio 3 to 2 to 1. The partnership, well, it's a partnership, so let's X that out one time. So the partnership, right, made a loss amounting to 12,000. There is no mention in the partnership agreement of how to share losses. How much of this loss should be shared, should each partner be made to bear? All right, so that seems like a very valid question. And I myself did get caught with it a couple of times. But the truth is, the profit sharing ratio is the profit and loss sharing ratio. There is no separate ratio to share losses as far as I know. If anybody knows different, and you can cite a textbook or some website, some reputable website that should be making these pronouncements, give us a link in the comments below, and I'm very happy to take a look and to say that I was wrong or whatever the case was. But for CSEC purposes, the profit sharing ratio is the profit and loss sharing ratio. So if that's the case, they're going to split this loss in the ratio 3 to 2 to 1. So what did we learn back up in question 1? We add up the digits. 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. Then we take each of those digits over the 6 and multiply them in turn by the 12,000. So 3/6 is a half. A half of 12,000 is 6,000. And there's only one option with 6,000 down here. So whoever made this paper made it real easy for you all if you know what you were doing. Okay. Now, let's just double check. 2/6 is 1/3. A third of 12,000 is 4,000. and 1/6 of 12,000 is 2,000. So this one meets all the requirements. Okay, so let's scroll back up now, and we're going to scroll across to this question. So you win some and you lose some, contributed capital of 50,000 and 70,000 respectively to start their partnership. They agreed that they should each receive 12% interest on their capital balances. How much interest on capital is to be paid out in total to the partners? In total. So if we add up all of the capital, 50 and 70 is 120, and we find 12% of that. So 12 by 12 is 144. So we're looking for something with a 144. There's only one option with a 144, and that's 14,400. Right? So if anybody does the arithmetic and I'm wrong, let me know, but I believe it's 14,400. Okay, moving on. So, witip, wetep, and watap. So shall I say it again with more emphasis on the right syllables? Witip, wetep, and watap. Oh, sorry, I think I wet you there. Sorry, hold on. Sorry if I wet you. All right, cool. So they are in partnership, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of their capital contributions, which are 40,000, 30,000, and 20,000 respectively. So this sharing in the ratio of their capital contributions was mentioned before, and it is a way that some partnerships do share their profit. So how do we do that? How do we share profits based on the profit sharing ratio? Sorry, on the capital contributions, my bad. Well, just like how we took in the previous question, the 3, 2, and the 1, and we added them together, we're going to take the 40,000, 30,000, and 20,000 and add it together and get 90,000. And guess what's going to happen to all those zeros? They're going to cancel. So we have a 4, 3, 2 split. And it's, if you add 4, 3, and 2, you get 9. So it's a 4 9s, 3 9s, and 2 9 split to witip, wetip, and watap. Oh, sorry, again. My bad. I'll try and not put so much emphasis, right? Okay. So what is wetep's share of the profit of 180,000? So wetep is the middle, and that's the 30, which is the 3 9ths. And 3 9ths is 1/3. And a third of 180,000 is 60,000. All right, so I think that's a good thing we're moving on from that question, so no more spitting on the screen, right? Okay, so the account that is used to show how profits and losses are distributed between or among partners in a partnership is called the, right? So the account that is used is the appropriation account. Right? So appropriations means, or to appropriate in this context means to distribute profits between or among the owners. And there's something similar to it in LLCs. So the next video I'm supposed to do is LLC. So check back in the playlist, right, in a couple of days. So let's scroll down and let's check out number 7, which is split in the middle. Decided to form a partnership and each contributed 50,000 in a bank account. What journal entries are required to record this? Okay, so split and the middle are both contributing 50,000 into a bank account. Two people by 50,000 each is 100,000 going into bank. Bank is an asset, and it's increasing because money is coming in. And to record an increase in an asset, you have to debit. So we're looking for a debit to bank of 100,000. So we're seeing that here. Now, where's it coming from? Split and the middle. So each of those partners is contributing capital. And when capital is increasing, you have to credit. So what else is involved in this one? So we do have, right, credit to split of 50,000 and credit to the middle of 50,000. So that's our answer there. All kind of other madness going to credit, debit, cash, bank account, partnership contributions, all kind of craziness. All right, scrolling down. So we're going. So a sole trader may consider joining with others to form a partnership for what major reason? When it's one person doing all the work, it gets pretty tiring. Trust me, I know. And that one person may not know everything. No one person does. I don't. Their skills may be limited because to develop skills in anything, you have to focus on that thing at the expense of not focusing on anything else. So here, we have to reduce his or her tax liability. Not likely. To get a better interest rate on loans. That may seem tempting because you have more people who could pay back, so maybe you might get a better interest rate. To reduce his or her workload, that might be an answer. To gain more financial capital and new skills. That is the best answer there. More people means more money, more skills, better division of labor. So you might be saying, but sir, C is correct. C has a part to play, I agree. But the new skills kind of encompasses the reduction in the workload. So it's a better answer than option C. Number 9. To keep track of earnings and withdrawals from the partnership, each partner must have so each partner must have a capital account. Yes, but that is to record the initial contribution of the partner's capital. It's not to record earnings and withdrawals. Now, there is something called a fluctuating capital account, which can do that, but that's not what is being referred to here, right? What they need is a current account. Current account is an account used to keep track of the partner's earnings and withdrawals. The appropriation account shows the distribution, but the appropriation account is not specific to the partner. And I don't know what a non-current account is, I just put it there to make up space. Okay, going back up and scrolling across, the Payne and Myers are in partnership sharing profits equally. They decide to admit Rouse, who brings in $50,000 in capital in total, comprised of a motor vehicle with $40,000 and the balance in cash. What are the journal entries to record the admission of Rouse? Okay, so you have a Payne and Myers, and they're admitting Rouse, bringing in 50, comprised in motor vehicle with 40, and balance in cash. So if Rouse is bringing in 50, 40,000 of which is a motor vehicle, it means 10,000 in cash. So motor vehicle and cash are both assets. Your debit to increase. So you're going to look for a debit to motor vehicle of 40 and a debit to cash of 10. So debit to cash, debit to right, and it's coming from Rouse, right? Credit to capital. I see in bank all kind of thing. Yeah, I see in cash and motor vehicle down here too, and a credit. But look at the figures: 10 and 50, giving us 60. But they told us that he or she is bringing in 50. So be careful. Scrolling down. Okay, so the partnership appropriation account does not record which of the following items. Salaries, yes it does. Partner share of profits after appropriation, yes it does. Partners drawings, nope, it does not record drawings. Interest on capitals, yes it does. Number 12, which of the following partnership appropriations must happen? Interest on capital. Okay, so let me explain something. We know what an appropriation account looks like. If you don't know, go and check on my playlist, you'll see it. Partners they can get interest on capital, they can get a salary, and profits are shared after all appropriations. And of course, at the very top, right below net profit before appropriation, you can add interest on drawings. But none of those things, with the exception of one, is ever bound to happen. The partners may not have any agreement, and if there's no agreement, there's no interest on capital, no salary, no interest on drawings, but profits and losses must always be shared. And like we saw up in an earlier question, if the partnership agreement is silent on how to share profits, they are shared equally. So sharing of profits after appropriation must always happen. All right, so we're almost to the end there. 13, what is the journal entry required to record the payment of a partnership salary to a partner? Okay, so the salary comes from the appropriation account, and it's also it's sharing the profit. So it's removing profit from the appropriation, and that's going to cause a decrease in profit, which means a debit to the appropriation. And every debit needs a credit. And what account did we just say is used to record the earnings and withdrawals of partners from the partnership? The current account. So you're going to debit appropriation, credit current account. Debit appropriation, credit current account. 14. Which of the following is true about partners' current accounts? Okay. They record partners' earnings from the partnership. Yeah. They are used to avoid using the capital account to record partners' earnings. Yes. A credit balance means a partner has a surplus on his or her current account. Yes. A debit balance means a partner has a deficit on his or her current account. Yes. So all four. So 1 and 3, 2 and 4, none, all. And finally, for today, Which of the following is true regarding when a new partner is admitted to a partnership or if an existing partner leaves a partnership? So it says the partnership continues and simply adds the new partner's name or removes the exiting partner's name. That's one option. B, the partnership name remains unchanged, but the capital and current accounts are adjusted to reflect the change. Interesting. The old partnership ceases to exist and a new one must be formed. It's weird. The partnership must then convert to a limited liability company. So, now this is usually, one of the basic things they should teach you about partnerships. But I know, you see, partnership dissolution is not part of the CSEC syllabus, but that's the bookkeeping for it. Now, this is something it actually is something fundamental to a partnership. What happens if a partner leaves or a new partner wants to come in? The correct answer here is C. The old partnership ceases to exist and a new one must be formed. That is just the rule. So there's no science behind it. That's what has to happen. Okay, guys. All right, so I hope that this partnership multiple choice has been valuable to you. If so, please let me know in the comments. The next one I want to do should be LLCs, limited liability companies. So I'm going to try to get that one on to you. I'm also looking to try and get bank recs, manufacturing, and a few other topics done. Anyhow, guys, I don't want to have a long outro. I want you guys to get back to your work as soon as possible. And as always, remember, you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do if you have the correct mindset, a growth mindset, the belief that you can become better at something if you put in the work. Along the way, you are bound to have difficulty. We are all human, we all experience difficulties, and it's okay to ask for help. And if what you are doing isn't working, then you need to try a different approach to it. You need to adapt, because change is the only constant. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, share the resources, share the love. I'll see you. Bye.